At what point in life did you realize that silence is the best weapon you can use? Sometimes you have to speak, sometimes you don't have to speak. In some situations in life, the best thing you can do for yourself at that time is to remain silent. That is why in this video, we're going to be talking about situations in life that you have to remain silent. Stick with me if you are interested. I'll be right back. Hello beautiful people, I welcome you back to my channel. This is Eke Nyamiye and this is my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is that when your emotions are running high, keep quiet. Don't talk. When emotions are running high, it impairs our ability to process information. We are more likely to say things we don't mean. We are more likely to make decisions we might regret. And so at any particular time, when you realize that your emotions are running high, like you cannot control your emotions, you cannot think straight, your emotions are all over the place, the best thing is for you to keep quiet. When you keep quiet at that time, it gives you at least some time to process whatever you are going through, to process the things that the other person is telling you, to process the actual thing that is going on very well. And so if you don't take time to process and you always want to act out of emotions, you always want to speak out of emotions, you might say things you might regret. For instance, you feel you are so much in love, you meet someone for the first 2-3 days and you feel that you are in love, you start telling the person everything about yourself, you start making promises you don't mean, you don't even think through, you start making decisions that you are not even aware that you are making. And then somewhere along the line, you sit down and you go like, was it really me? Did I really say that? Did I really make those promises? So please, when your emotions are running high, the best thing for you to do is to remain silent. The second thing I have here is that when you are not well informed, you see, we live in a generation of instant opinions and fast facts. At any particular time, especially on the social media, you hear something happening, you are not so much informed, you see on someone's page that someone has passed, you don't do your research, you don't ask questions, and then before you realize, you're also forwarding information that you are not supposed to forward. Before you realize, you take a camera and then you start talking about things that you don't have much information about. Someone tells you something, you don't ask questions, you don't process it, you don't do your own investigations, and then you go ahead and tell another person, hey, did you hear that this person did that? Did you realize that this person did that? And then later you realize that whatever information you had was either minimal, didn't have the facts, or it was lies. So my little boy went to school and came back and told me, Mommy, today, do you know what happened in class? And I said, what? He said, someone came to tell him that 2 other boys were fighting. And then he went to tell the teacher that, Madam, these 2 guys are fighting. The madam asked the 2 of them and they said, no, we were not fighting. And he said, but Mommy, they were fighting. So I asked him, did you see them fighting? He said, no, 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 no. This boy told me that they were fighting. And I said, the question is, did you see them fighting? He said, no, but he told me that they were fighting. And I was like, my dear, you don't give information that you don't have. Why is it that that boy who came to tell you that they were fighting didn't go straight to the teacher to tell her that these boys were fighting, but it had to go through you? Why do you have to be the one to go and say it? So this is a lesson, a life lesson you and I are learning today. Do not say something that you have not seen or you are not well informed. It is okay not to say anything sometimes. The wisest thing to do is to listen and learn. It is not everything that you have to say. The third thing I have here is that when your words may harm others. You see, when you are about saying something, I have told you times without number on different platforms, on different occasions, that it is not everything that comes to your mind that you have to say. And me, if I don't say it, cry, I won't be okay. I have to say it to get it out of my chest. And you realize that after saying that, you have ruined the relationship. You have hurt the other person. Sometimes there are things that comes to your mind that you have to let them remain there. Words spoken in anger or frustration can leave a wound that lasts for longer than any physical scar. This lady said that she was having a conversation with her husband. And then she was complaining to the husband how things are not going well in their marriage. And the man said that as at now, we have kids, and I am caring, I am particular about the children we have. And so for you, you are not part of my problems now. You as a wife, I don't care about you. You can do whatever you want to do with your life. The most important thing now is the kids. And this lady says, sister, it's been months and I can't get this out of my mind. These words keeps ringing. And so whenever he does something to even show me that he cares, the words start ringing in my ears. When you are angry, there are things you don't see, especially in marriage. I regret marrying you. I don't even know what came over me that I allowed you to marry me. I don't. Sometimes insults, harsh words. Proverbs says that words are like knives. It can pierce into your heart, into someone's heart. And you think that, oh, I just said it. Oh, I've apologized. Oh, it wasn't anything. Who told you? How can you say something and say that it wasn't anything? The tongue, the power of life and death lies in the tongue. And so whatever that comes out of your mouth, know that it is not hurting someone. If think about it, be intentional about it. Ask yourself, if my partner told me this, if things were to turn around, if I was the one who was told this, what am I going to be okay? Is it going to hurt me? So if you know that whatever that is going to come out of your mouth is going to hurt the other person, please, I think the best thing you have to do is to remain silent. And then the next moment that you need to keep quiet is when you need to listen. I think that when it comes to communication, we are very good at talking. We are very good at explaining ourselves, but we are not active listeners. When we need to listen, we don't listen. We often focus on what we are going to say. We often focus on being heard and we forget to listen. Sometimes in an argument, it is best you remain silent and then you listen. Listen to comprehend. Don't listen to reply. Comprehension is very necessary and a very vital thing when it comes to conversation and communication. Most often, we don't pay attention to active listening, but when it comes to effective communication, active listening is part. So put all things aside, concentrate, listen. Listen to what the person is saying. There are moments that one sentence, one statement made by the person will let you know whatever you are getting yourself into, will inform you on what to do and what not to do. And then the next thing is that when silence itself is the answer, there are moments that silence is the answer. Sometimes you don't need to speak to explain yourself. This lady said that she went to her boyfriend's house and then she saw a lady's jeans in the boyfriend's wardrobe. Meanwhile, that size, she's slim and the jeans is oversized, it's a plus size. So she took the jeans. She didn't say anything about it. She didn't talk. She just put the jeans on the guy's bed and left. And then when the guy came and realized that the lady has seen the jeans and didn't talk about it, didn't fight with him, didn't say anything, he called the lady and was like, is there anything you want to talk about? She said, oh, no, 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 no. He was trying as much as possible to get the lady to talk. This lady said, there's nothing I want to talk about. And so the guy called his mother and said, Mommy, I'm in trouble. I bought a jeans for a worker in the workplace, and then my girlfriend came to see it, and then she's not talking about it. So the mother called the lady, and the lady said, "Oh, mommy, I haven't seen anything." This guy said, "Mommy, she has seen it." The lady said, "I haven't seen anything." Then the mother said, "Okay, I want both of you to come to my house." They went to the mother's house. The mother said, "Is there anything we need to talk about?" The lady said, "Auntie, mommy, there is nothing we need to talk about." The mother said, "Okay, if there's nothing we need to talk about, then you guys can go." The guy said, "No, we are not going. There is something we need to talk about, and we need to talk about it now." Sometimes silence itself is the answer. for even you to make him know that you know itself, if he's a matured man, he will sit down and reconsider whatever that he is doing. The next point I have here is that when your words will not change the situation. Whenever you want to speak, you ask yourself, what I'm saying, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And then you also ask again, will it make a difference? Sometimes your friend will come to you and tell you a situation, a problem, and you are tempted to advise. But you also realize that this friend of mine has already made up his or her mind. And this is what I'm going to do. You try as much as possible to make him or her see reason with you. And you realize that he or she is not ready. And so you ask yourself, whatever that I have to say, will it really make a difference? A stubborn friend who is refusing to see reason with you, who is in a very bitter argument, and it's talking out of control, or in a situation where the decision is already final, you ask yourself, is my advice really needed? Will it really make a difference, whatever I want to say? Sometimes something is spoiled, something happens, and then the thing is already spoiled. The next thing is that, oh, okay, next time be extra careful so that you don't spoil it again. You want to talk, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why didn't you do it? Meanwhile, at the end of the say, I say we. In situations like this, you need to keep it locked, be silent. And then when you need and then a situation that you need to keep quiet is when you need to speak up. If you are in a situation where you feel the urge to speak, you feel the urge to react immediately, perhaps you are upset, you feel attacked, it is often wiser to stay silent for a moment. This gives you the chance to collect your thoughts, to call on your emotions, and then decide the most mindful response to give. This doesn't mean that you should stay silent indefinitely. No, it just means that you are giving yourself space to respond instead of react. So when you feel that I need to talk, I need to explain myself now, don't. The best thing is for you to remain silent. As I said, silence is power. Silence isn't always a sign of weakness or avoidance. In many situations, it can be the powerful tool of mindfulness, self-reflection, and effective communication. By understanding when to choose silence over words, we can navigate our interactions, know where to speak, build our relationship, and this will foster deeper connection and cultivate inner peace. Know when to speak and when not to speak. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you also have other situations in life that you think that the best thing is to remain silent, put in the comment section for me. Please don't forget to share this video, like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. And I'll definitely see you in the next video. Amen.